everyone, and welcome back. Today I just wanted to run through a bit about lighting. Now, lighting is not my massive area of expertise. I'm really more into, the design and the setup of your backdrop, but it's something a lot of people want to know about. So I'm just going to come to you from my experience and the years it took me to finally get some lighting set up so that I could move forward. And really, you can't do much inside a lot of rooms without the lighting in terms of your video. So this comes from more of a personal perspective, but I'm going to run through some options for you and hopefully it'll just give you some food for thought. So let's go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to choose the type of lighting that works for you, and then you're going to be able to do some research and know what to buy. And then perhaps if you can get this far, get it set up and ready to create your video. So the first thing is you can use natural light. Now every room doesn't have to necessarily always have specific light on your face, because if you've got a really bright room or you could be near a window, sometimes that's actually okay and you need to test it. I know, for example, that in my house, I don't have anywhere that really provides enough light. So we can talk about the options here. I mean, you once again can film outside. We've talked about that before. That means you don't need to worry about lighting. You just need to choose a time of day that's not too bright, I guess. The other thing is you could have a well-lit room inside. And the only way to know if it's bright enough is to actually test it. And you need to take a video and test it. Often when you're looking out, like in this bottom one here, if you're in a cafe or something and you're looking out like this, it might be too bright. So the only way you can do it is to test it. As I said earlier, near a bright window. So a tip for you is poor light is a video killer. And the only way, as I said, is you're going to have to take a little bit of footage and have a look and see if it's bright enough for you, because a lot of people will lose interest in the video if they can hardly see you or if you've got a bright light from a window behind. Look, the other option is what most people go for in this business is a portable light kit. And it took me forever to get around to finding the right thing because I just overcomplicated it. So here's your options, and there may be more than this, but these are the most obvious ones. On the right top here, you've got the large softbox lighting kit. That's what I have, and it does take up a bit of space, but that's what I found really handy and easy to use. And gosh, it took me a long time to work out to buy that. Now, what you do with those is you have two, they can face different parts of your face. So one goes overhead, that one with the boom, and then you can have one lighting from the back and then one lighting from the front. And look, James Wedmore is an expert in this. If you look up his videos on YouTube, you'll find a lot about the positioning of the lighting. But I find that this particular one works really well for me, and you can adjust the height of it. The other one is the umbrella one, which they use more for taking photographs, but I know people who have these in their setup. Now, if you don't have a lot of space, the one at the bottom, which is the ring light, the bottom left, a lot of people use that because it's just one light and it's compact and you can direct it towards your face. And, it does smooth out the look of your skin too and can be really quite enhancing to your features. Now, a lot of beauticians use these and that's what they were set up for, but a lot of people also use them in video. There is no one way to do this, but if space is short, then that may be a lot easier for you, because the one at the top, the softbox lighting kit, it says it's collapsible and you can fold it down into next to nothing. But to be honest, if you're filming a lot, you don't really want to be having to put it down and up all the time, because you've got to take the covers off. They're soft covers, the black and white things you can see there, and then you've got to collapse the stand. I just leave mine set up, and that way whenever I want to do video, it's ready to go. The other thing you could do, which is a quick workaround, is just getting a ring light like this one for your iPhone, and it clips onto the top of your phone. And that's a really easy one to do too, because if you need to film from different parts of the house or in different places, you could set that up on a tripod, or you could even just literally hold it with your hand and film. Hold your phone with your hand. So there's a couple of options for you as well. It's just called a selfie light. Now, I got all of those off ebay.com. I think eBay is probably the best place to find them. Look, there's any number of shops. If you look up portable lighting or video lighting, If you Google it, there's lots of options, but eBay or Amazon, they are really good options for you. Just things to note though. Now, I ordered mine from eBay Australia, but when they came, they had the wrong plugs on them. They were a US plug, and what happened was my beautiful handy husband had to cut the old plugs off and put new ones on so that they were suitable for Australia. So it may be a question you need to ask depending on where you are. And then just find out if you can get spare bulbs for it, because even though the bulbs last a long time and they do send spares, you just want to check that perhaps at the time of getting it, you might like to order a few spare bulbs. And think about, is it going to be easy to keep it up all the time, or are you going to have to put it down? So, base your decision on the simplicity of that. And do you need to put it away? Ideally, you want it set up all the time, so as soon as you go live, you can switch your lights on and you're ready to go. Now, if you're in doubt, just go to a store and tell them what you're trying to achieve, give them an idea of your budget, and then go from there. I think my softbox lighting kit may have been around that $250 mark, with shipping as well on top of that. So that's reasonably cheap, I think, for this sort of thing. I think you can go up into the thousands, but it depends the level and standard you want to go to. I certainly wasn't in that position at this point to do that. Head to Amazon or eBay for inspiration. There's so much product on there, but just look for reviews and recommendations about the product as well. All right, so what I want you to do is make a list of the lights that would be suitable for your work, and then go about trying to order the best ones for you, and then start making your video. Now, people procrastinate about the lights in my case, it was actually years, not just weeks or months. I put it off for so long because I was overwhelmed. Just even jump into a Facebook group you're in or something, and then just ask what other people are using, and just try and move forward. Get something's better than nothing, and then just move on, even if it's just a cheap little starter. So I want you to share your wins. Once again, don't overcomplicate it. Just make progress and order some sort of light. Please do it and keep moving on. And have a go. Just film it with the light. And then I had to try mine several times, moving the position of the lights backwards, forwards, closer to my face, closer to the side, changing it until I felt like I got it right. Now head to the Facebook group. If you've bought lights that are really great and you want to share with others, I'm sure people would be so overwhelmed with joy if you could cut this process down and make it easy for them, and just tell us what lights you've bought.